One Direction star Liam Payne died at the age of 31 after reportedly falling from a hotel room in Buenos Aires, Argentina. According to multiple witnesses cited by TMZ, Payne fell from the balcony of his room at the Casa Sur Palmero Hotel shortly after 5 p.m. on Wednesday evening, October 16, 2024. This incredible footage shows the moment a woman miraculously survives as a water tank falls directly on top of her. A woman who offed her parents and hid their bodies in makeshift tombs for 4 years has been sentenced for minimum of 36 years in prison. 36-year-old Virginia McCullough had beaten and dabbed her mother, Lois McCullough, multiple times, and her father, John McCullough, was rugged to the afterlife in their house in Chelmsford, England. Virginia went on a £150,000 spending spree with her parents' money, including using £22,000 on a gambling spree. This photo shows EMTs bringing a patient to see the ocean one last time before heading to hospice care. This viral video reveals an eerie scene at what seems to be an almost deserted airport, reportedly in Phuket, Thailand. As the camera zooms in on an airplane gangway, shadowy figures are seen running along it. Strangely, there's no plane nearby, and the gangway hangs, suspended, attached to nothing. The origin of these figures, which look like passengers, remains a mystery. Some speculate they may be the lost souls from the 2007 plane crash. Let's explore some of the world's most terrifying haunted locations. The Stanley Hotel in Colorado, the inspiration for The Shining, is said to have ghostly apparitions of past guests wandering its halls. Then there's the Eastern State Penitentiary, where prisoners were kept in solitary confinement. Many claim to hear eerie whispers and footsteps in the abandoned cells. In Scotland, the Edinburgh vaults are infamous for shadowy figures and sudden chills, but perhaps the most terrifying is Japan's Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Self-Offing Forest, where visitors report seeing restless spirits. These places remind us that some locations may never truly rest in peace. Hikers disappearing without a trace is a chilling mystery that haunts the wilderness. One of the most baffling cases is that of Stacy Ann Arras, who vanished in Yosemite in 1981 while on a guided tour, never to be seen again, despite an intense search. The scariest part? No clues, no remains, no evidence, just a hiker who seemed to vanish into thin air, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a grieving family. The Manson family was a cult that terrorized Hollywood in the late 1960s. Led by Charles Manson, a failed musician, with delusions of starting a race war, the group committed some of the most brutal offings in history. In 1969, Manson's followers broke into the home of actress Sharon Tate, brutally offing her and 4 others, leaving the word "pig" written in blood. The next night, they offed Leno and Rosemary LaBianca in similar fashion. Manson convinced his followers that they were carrying out his twisted prophecy, turning Hollywood's glitz and glamour into a nightmare of blood and fear. When love turns deadly, the result can be terrifying. Meet some of history's killer couples. Bonnie and Clyde became infamous during the Great Depression, leaving a trail of robberies and murders before meeting a bloody end. Carla Homolka and Paul Bernardo, known as the Ken and Barbie Killers, tortured and murdered young women, including Carla's own sister. Then there's Fred and Rose West, who together murdered at least 12 women in their home, turning it into a house of horrors. These twisted duos prove that when love and evil mix, the consequences can be deadly. Let's dive into the terrifying minds of history's most infamous killers. Ted Bundy, the charming sociopath, confessed to killing over 30 women across the U.S., but escaped prison twice before being caught. Jeffrey Dahmer, known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, lured victims back to his apartment where he killed, dismembered, and even ate them. Then there's Ed Gein, whose horrific crimes, digging up graves and making objects from human skin, inspired Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. These killers' twisted minds leave us questioning how someone can be so monstrous while hiding in plain sight. Imagine spending years on death row for a crime you didn't commit. It's the terrifying reality for some. Take Anthony Ray Hinton, for instance. He spent 30 years on death row for 2 murders he didn't commit, all because of faulty ballistics evidence. Or Cameron Todd Willingham, executed in 2004 for allegedly setting a fire that killed his children. Later, experts said the fire wasn't even arson. The most chilling part, for every 9 executions, 1 person has been exonerated. These cases expose a broken system where innocent lives are gambled with, and some never make it out alive. True crime documentaries expose the darkest corners of humanity. One chilling case is The Staircase, where novelist Michael Peterson was accused of killing his wife. The evidence? Her body at the bottom of the stairs. Was it a fall or murder? Then there's Don't F with Cats, where online sleuths track down a killer who started by torturing animals. Finally, Making a Murderer follows Stephen Avery, who was wrongfully convicted, freed, then charged with a brutal murder. These real-life thrillers blur the line between justice and horror, showing how terrifying the truth can be. Here are 5 true, scary stories you've never heard of. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. 9 hikers found dead in Russia in 1959 with strange injuries and no clear explanation. In 1951, Mary Reeser of Florida was found burned to ash, except for her leg. It's one of the most famous cases of spontaneous human combustion. The Hinterkaifeck murders. A German family killed in their home in 1922, and the killer lived in the house for days after. The disappearance of the Sodder children. 5 kids vanished after a fire in 1945. No remains were ever found. Eliza Lam. Her eerie final moments caught on CCTV at a hotel still puzzle investigators. World War conspiracies hide terrifying secrets. Did Hitler really escape? Some believe he faked his death and fled to Argentina. Then there's the mystery of Operation High Jump, a secret U.S. mission to Antarctica in 1946. Was it to combat Nazis or uncover alien technology hidden beneath the ice? Even stranger is the theory that the Nazis discovered a time travel device called Die Glocke, which means the bell, that vanished along with key scientists. These eerie conspiracies make us wonder what truths were buried with the wars. Did you know there are still chilling conspiracies about the world wars? One of the most mysterious is Operation High Jump, an alleged secret mission to Antarctica after World War II, led by the U.S. Navy. Some believe they were hunting Nazi bases hidden under the ice, or even searching for alien technology. Another unsettling theory is about the Black Sun, a secret Nazi society rumored to have conducted terrifying experiments to gain supernatural powers. These conspiracies blur the line between fact and fiction, making us wonder what's really hidden beneath the surface of history. Did you know the box jellyfish is one of the deadliest creatures in the world? Just a sting can cause excruciating pain, paralysis, and even death in minutes. Or how about the brain-eating amoeba, Naegleria fowleri, which attacks the brain and kills almost everyone it infects? Then there's the Dybbuk box, a haunted wine cabinet said to contain an evil spirit. People who've owned it claim it brings terrifying nightmares, bad luck, and even death. Nature and the supernatural can be far scarier than we imagine. Imagine disappearing without a trace. The Bermuda Triangle has swallowed ships and planes without leaving a clue. No wreckage, no survivors, just eerie silence. Then there's the mysterious case of the Dyatlov Pass, where 9 experienced hikers died under bizarre circumstances in 1959. some with unexplained injuries, and one even missing her tongue. And what about the shocking deaths of the Somerton man and Eliza Lamb? Both died under strange circumstances, with clues that only deepen the mystery. These unsolved cases will forever haunt us.